Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome to Let's Play .hack GU Volume 3 Redemption! Sayo finally redeems himself. No, I'm sure he doesn't. In fact, I know he doesn't. Oh, man. Is that how we're gonna start off the first 30 seconds of this game, and we're already bashing Haseo? We shouldn't bash Haseo. Haseo has mellowed out for the most part, except for that one scene that got me so mad in the last volume. But hey everybody, welcome aboard. I'm assuming if you're watching this right now, then you're coming from Volume 2, and you've seen Volumes 1 and 2. If you haven't, hi, my name's Some Type of Artist, and I started this Let's Play .hack GU video project kind of thing. And words. I don't know. I always have like so much I want to say, and I don't even know where to start with it. And now I'm just like watching the intro and not even focusing on anything. But here's the basic story if you're coming in. So when this game came out like 10 years ago, I was a super huge fan of it. I was a super big fan of the original .hack series. I played them through high school. The first volume of the GU series came out when I was in college, my very first semester of college, and I was a pretty big anime fan still back then, and I really enjoyed the GU series. I recognized that they weren't quite the same thing as the original series, but I still had fun with it anyway, and I ended up liking GU just as much as I ended up liking the first series. Then at some point during college, I just stopped liking anime, and it was a rough time for me, because anime was like a big part of my life, and like all of a sudden it's like everything about anime annoyed me so much. So out of curiosity, I replayed GU after that, and I was so disappointed with the game just because of how anime inspired it is. So that really sucked, because it was like, again, like another big part of my life just kind of like was like, hey, I hate it now. So, skip to now. I've kind of mellowed out with that hating anime thing. It's still not always my cup of tea, but, you know, I've come to enjoy some things about it again. So, playing GU again, seeing how it holds up, and there's been opinions about it thrown left and right throughout this the past 2 volumes, but let's just say I can have more fun with it, but it does equally annoy me. But there are things that I do really like about it. So, I don't know. My whole point was, like, I don't ever see anybody talking about the .hack GU series in, like, video game circles. So I kind of wanted to, like, throw my own 2 cents about it up somewhere. Just, like, someone else's opinion about .hack. I guess we'll talk about that more, because now we have our intro. And I like this song, but I don't like this character, and this is a new character that's being introduced for Volume 3, and we'll get there when we get there. I don't want to start off saying so much negative stuff, and it's hard because, God, I don't hate this character, but it is kind of like a big reason why Ovan became super disappointing for me. But we'll get into that later. Let's hush up and listen to good music. Because .hack GU can have some incredibly beautiful music in it, amidst all its generic music.
Hey, Ovan, when I finally get better, we can live together, can't we?
That's why it's important that you get better soon.
'Cause then, you and I can be together in real life, just the way we are in the world.
The girl's pretty young for you, Ovan.
Once, there used to be a goddess statue here.
A goddess?
Hey, it's just like Shino's story.
A goddess that exists in the world.
And maybe I'll ask was a goddess, if she would have mercy on me and cure me.
That'd be cool. It could be cool to see Aura
So what is the
again.
goddess's name?
Come to think of it, you kind of look like Aura, little girl. Little girl that's dating Ovan. Her name is Volume 3 Redemption. A perfectly normal name for a goddess, to be sure. Oh, man. So these first couple parts, just like the last 2 volumes, are probably going to be a little awkward and slow as I'm trying to, like, get introductions out of the way, both in commentary and the story.
The key of Twilight. The ultimate AI. Morgana factor. And Harold Hurick.
Oh, man. Harold. Never thought I'd hear this name in,
What shall we
GU.
do today? To awaken the sleeping beauty. Aina. As powerful as it was, the Avatar's data drain could not take Ida from you. Your wound was too deep. And the treatment too late.
Uh-oh. You okay, Ovan?
Yes.
Oh. Okay, then.
Shut up! You dare lay your filthy hands on my Aina?
Yes, that's right. I'm the one who made your sister a lost one.
Oh boy, Ovan. Do you have 2 personalities, too?
Be still a little longer. Just a little longer. Haseo.
There's no more time.
Yeah, we've heard this before.
I am. Ida will. The epitaph of Twilight.
The Epitaph of Twilight and Harold and
The World
uh,
Division 2.
there's a lot in Volume 3 that kind of like starts
Become a lawless
using
world
more
where PCs who
terms
cannot
and
vote
things from the original series. For the most part, GU's kind of seemed like it was doing its own thing and didn't really rely on the original series too much. But it wasn't until I started doing this Let's Play and actually, well, I guess playing the, even go back as playing the games for this Let's Play, because this is all post-commentary for anyone that forgot or who's just joining us now. I kind of feel like a lot does rely on the original series, and maybe not like so much as like in the story, but like, because like there's a lot of terms and stuff in the story and like a lot of allusions to the original series that I feel like just don't make much sense if you haven't played the original games. And it was kind of hard for me to like realize that when I like first played the series, because you know, I was still like really deep in like my .hack phase back then, and it was all just like information that just seemed like basic knowledge to me. But then there are other things like Tri-Edge or Azure Kite, as we're knowing him now, but I'm gonna still keep calling him Tri-Edge, that like nobody really wants to acknowledge that he looks like the guy from the first series, and it's like, but it's weird because like then on the boards they'll still like refer to like the incidents that happened in the first series, and it's like I don't know, just a lot of things in GU just don't make sense for me, and I'm just talking all over this recap. So let me recap everybody. Once upon a time there was a cringy edgelord named Haseo. I can't help it, I have to make fun of Haseo. I hate Haseo so much. Oh man, alright, so Haseo is not someone I would call a likable protagonist. And I guess I'm in the minority for that, because I know a lot of fans like Haseo. I really liked Haseo once upon a time ago, but he's,
warped by Ida's power.
how can I put it? You know how, like,
Haseo battled Adley.
people really either really love Holden Caulfield from Catcher in the Rye, or really hate him, and a lot of that kind of contributes to where they are in their life when they're reading Catcher in the Rye. I guess you could kind of compare Haseo to that for me. I was a pretty angsty, pissed off person back in the day when this came out. So there was a lot to Haseo I really, like, related to, but after, like, 10 years and looking back on it now, I can just kind of see just a lot of his behavior being extremely obnoxious. But, he's, a lot of Haseo's obnoxiousness kind of, like, was in Volume 1. He mellowed out in Volume 2, and I think he mellows out even more here. But, enough damage was done for me in Volume 1 to, like, just, I don't know, make it carry over to Volume 2 and Volume 3 for me. So, like, even though, like, the obnoxious things he does are, like, minimal in Volumes 2 and 3, when he does do them, it just kind of, like, reaffirms why I hate Haseo so much. But hopefully that's not going to happen for a while. Even though the very first scene we say of Haseo is him moping in this dreary landscape. But I guess in his defense, he's got a good reason for it, because he found out his father figure was really the person that put his love interest in a coma.
Become stronger, Haseo.
You know I became a PKK to track down Tri-Edge. The PK that took out Shino.
I do.
In the beginning, I was certain that the guy I saw back then was him.
You know, that's a good point. Like, was there anything that kind of led you to believe
The person who
that,
Shino.
that person was Tri-Edge over Ovan?
The one who was Tri-Edge.
Well, I guess Events and Roots kind of implied that it was, but in case you haven't seen Dot Hack Roots, which is the anime prequel to this game, something in the game could have, I guess, done a better job about whatever.
You hurt Shino, and then manipulated me.
He did. Ovan's a jerk.
Have you been using me since the first moment we met?
Haseo wouldn't use anybody. Remember way back in Volume 1 when he was, like, literally using Celibus and Gaspard and Adelie so he can, like, raise his levels and become stronger?
Become stronger? What is it you want me to do? What are you planning?
Yes, Ovan, tell us what your genius plan is.
I just don't get it.
That totally isn't a disappointing mess.
Ovan! I won't run from this! And I will finish this once and for all! Revenge!
So I guess another kind of, like, running joke I have with this Let's Play is that I compare Haseo to Shadow the Hedgehog, so during appropriate moments, you may see me splice in some Shadow the Hedgehog footage that I feel is appropriate. Oh.
Why would he refuse help from CC Corp? Or from me, for that matter, if Ida was inside of him?
Yeah.
That's such terrible danger.
Yeah.
There's a high probability that Ida
I didn't really I didn't really want to get into it so soon, but since Yada just basically said it, one of my biggest problems with Volume 3 wrapping up this story is just overall Ovan's dumbassness about not really seeking help, but creating this ridiculously convoluted, selfish plot to cure himself. But whatever. I gotta stop talking, man. There's like intro stuff here.
PC Yada.
Yes.
Your access to the Serpent of Lore has just been terminated.
Oh no. But it's all he has.
What?
Oh, we're just at the desktop. I thought we were going to another scene. Oh well, so let's check our mail, because there's nothing more fun than starting a video game by checking your emails. What's up? What's in the emails? Thank you for converting data. Here's a list of the crap you got. Oh, there's stuff about doppelganger equipment. Oh, I got a special video. Cool. Notice of campaign completion. Oh yeah, so just like in the second volume, all those not worth it Vital Vista quests are just, like, gone now. And we'll have to unlock them all again. How fun. In the new town, Bragepina. So that's cool. Ooh. In recognition of your championship victory at the Holy Palace Arena, we grant you the following privileges. The Advanced Guild at home at Bragepina. It's located in the very back of town. However, please be aware that you are no longer able to use the one in Doldona. The alchemy level difference is expanded to 20. Ooh, that's nice. An exchange. You may now exchange items for GP on the storage screen. Wonderful. So now we can just, like, access storage from, I don't know if we can do it from the platforms in the fields yet, but you can just sell stuff right from there. Oh, from Adelie. Good afternoon, SIO. Due to recent events, Moontree has ceased activities. Many members have left our group, and at this point, only Kaede and the remaining members are back in Zelkova. Moontree headquarters has been closed off. Our area data is damaged, and we have had our guild privileges revoked as punishment for illegally modifying an area. Moontree was a very important place to me. I met all sorts of people and learned a lot there. It was here that I found a reason to live. Oh, man. If not for Moontree, I doubt I would have met you, Haseo. I can't believe things have ended up this way. I feel like my heart has gone empty. I'm so very, very sad. I wonder if I'll ever see Mellow Grunty again. Oh, Adelie. Give me an episode.
Adelie, are you alone worrying again?
Like you're one to talk, Haseo.
Difficulties. Your problems are also mine. Or rather, all of our problems.
Who's us, Haseo? Ooh, from Anonymous. Greetings, Haseo. I cannot reveal my name for stupid reasons, but please think of me as your unseen ally. I am deeply impressed by the power of the Avatar hidden within your PC, and your determined efforts to take hold of that power. I have taken the liberty of modifying and upgrading your PC's Divine Awakening. You can now perform Avatar Awakening. Oh boy! You may use this command to obtain items called virus cores from normal monsters. There is only one point I wish for you to be aware of. This ability must borrow strength from your party to activate, and therefore you cannot use it unless you are in a 3-person 3-way. I would be most pleased if this ability serves you well on your travels. I bid you well, until we meet again. Because, you know, I'm your unseen ally and you don't know who I am, but now that you said again, that implies we've met already, so who can it be? And we have another one from him. Hello, Aseo. Once again, it is I, your unseen ally. Did you read the previous mail I literally just sent you and haven't had time to read? I hope you do not mind me contacting you again instead of writing this in that previous email, but there is something else I must inform you about. Have you experimented with Avatar Awakening yet? What's that? You haven't even started the frickin' game, so why would I send you this email right away? Huh, good question. As I informed you of earlier, you can obtain data particles known as virus cores by using this ability. As you are an Epitaph user, these cores can be used to power up your lost weapons. So, basically, the lost weapons will just get powered up the more times you use this Avatar Awakening thing, but you still gotta go to the place to power them up. Cool. So, yeah, the lost weapons we got in the previous volume, which apparently you didn't even need to get because they just give them to you in this volume if you didn't get them. So that's cool. That's cool. So they can be powered up, so they can get stronger and kind of combat with you know, weapons you get in this game. No boy, it's my favorite online segment of the news, Online Jack.
Salvador Ihara's Online Jack!
Online jacking off is more like it. I took too long to think of that.
Mr. Ihara. Mr. Ihara.
No. You know, you can't be so easily startled if you want to be a professional reporter.
If you think I want to be one, you're dead wrong.
That may be true, but didn't the school fire you?
Wow, what a jerk. He just kind of like rubs it in. What an asshole.
You were released from the hospital, right, Mr. Ihara?
Yes, but things aren't right yet. The missing elementary school children haven't been found. They're still out there.
Osamu Kawaguchi and Toru Uike. The school may have fired me from my job, but those two are still students of mine.
Let's you and I save the children. Doll syndrome and the pit game, the world.
Save the
We
children.
must shed
Oh
some
my
more light
god.
and discover the truth.
It's so serious. It's too serious for what .hack GU is. Oh.
News media? Oh, Mr. Ihara!
Excuse me, step aside, please. Coming through.
Professor, please! Thanks to your program, the book's a bestseller and the cause of all this commotion.
I just hope you'll find it in your heart to split the royalties with me. Huh?
Professor Sugai, where are you going?
Isn't it obvious? To save the children, of course.
To save the children. Oh my god, oh, whatever. Freaking, oh god, this episode is such a mess. I never know how to start the first episode of these volumes. Jesus. There's too much I want to, like, say and introduce, but then too much happens at once when you start up the game. Oh, I 3 volumes in, and I still can't even, like, get that under control. Oh, so, like, nothing interesting too much. For the Let's Play, anyway, it was in the news, but there's some stuff in the forums here. I wasn't sure where to post this, but this does have something to do with the world, so I'll do it here. I was out leveling with my friends. Let's call them A and B. Suddenly A shouted, "Ah!" I rotated the camera to see what it was, and in front of the bamboo blinds, there were black spots all over the place. B said suddenly, "Oh yeah, they say you go into a coma if they get to you," and blah blah blah. Basically, one of the guys is in a coma, and he's looking for information on this board, and one of these guys is like a total asshole to him. I'm gonna see if I can, point out where this was too, but I don't know. I don't. Jeez, I am not prepared to start this episode. If you're just joining me, hang in there for like a few episodes, or come back in a few episodes. Oh, jeez, is this a troll? I don't really care. You're on the wrong board. But anyway, I don't know. So GU, yeah. I got a lot of problems with GU, and I don't want to have a lot of problems with GU. Like, I really, really don't. Like I said, it was a pretty important game during a certain part of my life. It was something I really, really did enjoy, but, it's definitely not for me anymore. There's too much in it that drives me up the wall, and part of it is because I'm not interested in anime too much anymore, and there's just, like, a lot of anime tropes that really, like, bug me. And part of it is I just think certain things in this game are just really stupid regardless of anime stuff. And I'll be sure to point those out multiple times, because as anybody that's watched the previous few volumes can tell you, I do have a pretty bad habit of doing that. Try not to, but you know, .xg is a pretty repetitive game, so I end up getting pretty repetitive with my commentary on it. Because, like, before doing this game again, I did really believe, and I'm sure, like, some part of me deep down really does believe as well, that GU is kind of, like, an interesting, like, RPG experience, because it has this setup of, like, taking place on an online game, so it's kind of like a little meta in that kind of sense. And I do like stories that kind of like take place like within their own medium, I guess, just as like another way to tell a story. I don't think GU does that particularly well after playing through this series for a third time now. But, you know, I'm going to hate myself for saying this later. I still think it does stand out for that reason, even if it comes back to bite itself in the ass on more than one occasion. And it's just kind of disappointing because, like, even though I don't like it, I still feel like Dot Hack just kind of, like, gets overlooked so much. And, you know, if people that don't like Dot Hack, I can understand why, because, you know, I'll get into that later, or maybe I won't, because I've gone through it, like, a bunch of times. You can watch the previous Let's Plays again if you want a refresher on that, but, like, I don't know, just, like, the news segment online, where it was, like, a fully animated segment, and then these, like, little, like, DeviantArt posts, just, like, forum posts in general. There's, like, a lot unique about Dot Hack that I'm, like, you know, I can understand this not being as popular as, like, something like Final Fantasy, but, like, it's weird that I don't really see fans of this in, like, the gaming community all that often. It's not something that's mentioned so much, so I just kind of wanted to, like, I don't know, do something to try to, like, maybe bring a little bit of attention about it. But we're coming up to the end here, so that was a mess. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye.